My name is Officer Becker. I'm a St. Louis County police officer. I've been with the police department for a little over 12 years, and I've been a helicopter pilot since May of 2018. How I got started with the police department, I have a criminal justice degree, and then I applied, got accepted. Once I graduated the academy, I was placed in Afton. I did 5.5 years in Afton. I was accepted into this unit. There is a 6-month to a year training process within the TFO, which is a tactical flight officer. They're the position in the aircraft that's handling the brunt of all the work up there. The pilot flies, and he actually basically just looks at and listens to the TFO, who is handling radio communication, cameras, spotlight. They are the voice that the ground units listen to, and it's their responsibility to kind of put them in the right direction. The Metro Air Support Unit is made up of 3 different departments: St. Louis County, St. Charles County, and St. Louis City. It's operated by 4 St. Louis County officers, 4 St. Louis City officers, and 2 St. Charles County officers whenever we're fully staffed. So within the Metro Air Support Unit, we actively patrol all 3 departments every single day. And outside of that, we'll be able to respond and help other departments as well. We'll rotate shifts, 2 weeks a day shift, 2 weeks a evening shift. There's always 2 people in the helicopter, the pilot and the TFO. We fly 2 2-hour flights in an 8-hour shift. We can fly more if requested. We try to be up in the air as much as possible so we can respond quickly to any kind of call that we can assist with. When we're in the helicopter for the 2 hours, we're scanning all the radios, St. Charles, St. Louis City, and St. Louis County. So we can listen to all those, and we're listening for certain things. We can help out on traffic stops, missing people, missing children, missing adults, missing suicidal subjects. There are specialized units that work with St. Louis County and St. Louis City, and even task force for St. Charles County, where we assist in fleeing vehicles, fleeing felons, carjacked cars, stolen vehicles. What's my favorite part about this job? All of it. Obviously flying, I want to be up in the air flying. Car chases are by far where we can kind of help the most. Being the eye in the sky, we can see way ahead of what the ground units can see. As simple as a school bus 2 blocks ahead, where they understand, they know there's a danger up there, so they can shift what they're doing on the ground, or a busy intersection or construction ahead, red lights or green lights going through intersections, and obviously helping, no one wants their child to go missing, or their grandma or grandpa who has dementia and they can't find their way home, and we're such a huge asset there where we can cover a large amount of ground where ground units can't. We have special cameras and night vision goggles at night. We can help out a lot in a quick amount of time. At the beginning of a shift, when we arrive, we do a risk assessment, which is just like a checks and balances of the unit, like how much sleep have we gotten, what the weather's like, and it just kind of gauges. There's a ranking on the risk assessment of whether it's safe to fly or not. Once we do that, we'll call ourselves in service with communications, and then we will go out to the helicopters that we're going to fly that evening or day, and we'll do a pre-flight. So it's just a long checklist of make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, everything's tight, and that everything's working. Once we do that, we'll do a 2-hour flight, and then we may have to do one immediately after that, or we might come down and eat dinner or lunch, or depending on what shift you're on, and then we'll go off for another flight. We do those 4 hours total, and then again, if we're needed, we go up again. If we get the call or we hear something on the radio inside the hangar we can assist on, we'll go. It is a dangerous job. Where it's dangerous in a different way because it's still an aircraft. And these things, anybody will tell you as far as pilot-wise, you have a fixed-wing pilot, airplanes, they'll tell you like helicopters aren't really meant to fly. The way they basically just beat up the wind, where planes, they glide and they just soar through the skies, where these things aren't that. So if you lose an engine in an airplane, you have kind of almost plenty of time to figure out where you can go, because you can glide for quite a while. Where if you lose an engine in a helicopter, you have very minimal time to figure out where you're going. So when we're just flying around in general, we're always looking almost at landing zones. Like, oh, there's a field over there. If something happens, I can try to put it down in that field. Or there's a big open parking lot, I can put it there. As a police officer, it's different because you're not on the street anymore dealing with individuals where you don't know what they're going to do. This is dangerous, as in anything can happen in an aircraft as far as losing an engine or getting shot at up there. One of your rotor blades, getting knocked off from a drone, or a bird. There's been stories, and we've gone through to different safety meetings and all that stuff. They have photos of birds, ducks, and all of these birds that have made it through the aircraft hit the pilot. So we always have eye protection on. Whether it's during the day, if it's sunny, we have like the sunglasses that slide down, and then at night we wear clear ones that flip down from our helmets. And that is because, I mean, obviously we need our eyes to see. So if a bird comes through and hits us in the face, our eyes are still protected. We were doing the task force for St. Charles, and I was orbiting over Ameristar Casino. An individual lasered us, and it's a very dangerous situation. The whole cockpit lights up. It's dangerous for our eyes. A lot of bad things can happen. If we get injured and we're unable to fly the aircraft, well, obviously we can crash. We can quickly tell where the laser's coming from and potentially who's doing it. The individual was located. We were able to guide ground officers in. They came in contact with the suspect. He still had the laser on him. He was arrested, and he ended up getting federally indicted with the FBI as a federal offense. I would say to somebody that wanted to become a pilot in this unit, all of us don't have aviation experience. That's the nice thing about this unit. Everything I receive, my private license, my commercial license, and anything I choose to go above that, instrument rating, certified flight instructor rating, that can all be done in-house. We have certified flight instructors that can train in-house while on the job. That's the beauty of it. I was able to come in here with no aviation experience and get all this experience and my ratings while working for the police department. Most people in the department are going to tell you they have the coolest job, whether it's tactical officers, the SWAT guys, or K-9. This unit is by far the coolest job you can have. I was able to get trained up in-house with my private and commercial license without any aviation experience. And we get to help with a bird's eye view, all the critical incidents, just to be able to help the community from the sky. I really do explain it to my friends. I'm like, it's not work. The only reason why I call it work for me is because I have to be here at a specific time. Like, that's it. Like, it is such a unique job. And like, I guess the worst part about it is when there's nothing going on for the most part that we can't really help out with. So, I mean, then again, we're still flying around and we get to do that for 2 hours. But we do want to be able to help where we can. We're an asset, so it's really, there's no complaints. It's amazing.